The following is a TBS Sports special presentation.
They call themselves the Cheese People, but only they know why.
It's a slogan. I think every ball club, whether win or lose, always has a slogan they go by, and this is what this ball club picked up.
Cheese, because the best.
Their 13-game winning streak to open the season put this team in the record book.
Murphy going back, Butler going back at the wall. They did it! The Atlanta Braves have done it! 1-0 pitch. One run hit, center field. Got in. Here comes Butler. Here comes the throw. Safe. Braves win. Can you believe it?
One down, we're in the bottom of the 10th inning.
A manager really gets to know his players through the long baseball season.
Herbie always does it. You know that?
First pitch, too. You can't pitch around them because you have to face the monster after this guy.
First pitch, I told you, didn't I? First pitch. Told you first pitch.
But sometimes his mind isn't only on baseball.
I gotta get a haircut. Or wait till I go to St. Louis. Guy gives good haircuts, bro.
The players find their own way to pass the time. After holding first place for half the season, suddenly the Cheese went rancid.
Second base is in the center field. And a run for San Diego.
Little pop, short right center. Murphy glances down, battles the sun. The ball gets away.
Back in Atlanta, the boss wanted to know what in the world was going on.
What do we got to do to snap out of it? I mean, it looks like it's just about everybody.
It's a long way to October, brought to you by Cable News Network, America's most important network, and by CNN Headline News, America's headline service. Now you have a choice in 24-hour television news from Turner Broadcasting System. If you don't have CNN and CNN Headline News, contact your cable operator today.
And now the conclusion to It's a Long Way to October.
This is the highway that circles the city of Atlanta. It's 64 miles around and has 45 exits. Each year, more than 40 million cars traveling. And it's strange, but along here somewhere, the fortunes of the Cheese People turned around. They'd lost 19 of 21 games. They'd seen their big lead in the West Division of the National League completely disappear when fate, in the form of one man's desperation, stepped in. A player lost, a team found.
Sin darme cuenta, había pasado cuando tenía que coger la 85. No quise regresar para atrás, entonces porque me perdí más, porque entonces traté de buscar la entrada y nunca la encontré. Y pasé como 5 veces por el mismo sitio. Y ahí me cogí casi 3 horas dando vueltas. Entonces, cuando vi la vuelta, la última vez que vi la vuelta, entonces me paré en la bomba. Le dije al muchacho que yo no tenía gasolina y que yo era pelotero de los Bravos. Y me dijo, bien, yo te voy a echar 10 pesos de gasolina, y me echó $10.
Only a Brave for 2 weeks, Pascual Perez thought he could follow the directions someone had given him to the stadium. He would show up 5 minutes after the national anthem. In his place, the oldest Brave would stand. That he won that night was almost secondary. The losing streak had this team one step short of an overdose. It needed a spark, a good laugh, and the plight of Pascual Perez would bring that, turning their growls to laughter, their season around.
The thing about the game of baseball is you play 162 games and you're going to have bad streaks. It's only how you rebound from bad streaks indicates what kind of club you are. And our bad streak was a little longer than we'd like to think about, but we're still rebounding, and which signifies that we have a good ball club.
We'll lose some ungodly amount of games, 21 out of 23 or whatever it was, and bounce back and still be tied for the lead. I mean, that shows a lot of class to me. We could have given up and died and rolled over and just washed up the season and said, you know, hey, we gave it a good shot, but that's it. But we didn't do that. We kept battling and scratching and clawing, won 5 games in a row by 1 run, and that shows me a lot of class.
Hoot, every game we win now, I don't give a what it costs us.
That cost would be too expensive for the other teams. All they could do was sit back and admire what was finally happening to this collection of men.
Just a fact of life, when you face any good team, usually the 3, 4, and 5 hitters are your best hitters. So they're not alone in being good hitters on that team. That's just one of the best offensive teams in the league.
We would like to gain some ground on them. But before we can catch Atlanta, we got to catch San Diego. They're the ones on top of us.
You know, the Braves are always going to have a good contending team. The Braves have always been a team that scored runs, even since the days I was there.
Is this another Dodger commercial?
And Horner and Murphy and Hubbard and Chambliss.
It's hard to really find a soft touch in the lineup. It seems like most ball clubs you can find somebody that you figure, well, I can get him out in a jam, but these guys, they really don't seem to have a soft touch. And in this ballpark, they're going to score a lot of runs.
They're the team to beat. I can't see anybody beating them in their division.
Oh, I think Atlanta's going to be tough all the way. You can't. I don't think they've got a weak spot on their team, and their pitching's been holding up very well. I think right now they'd have to be the favorite.
You play Atlanta if you can jump out in front against them, and before they get to that bullpen, then you got a much better chance. And that's a big key with our ball club. We got to score early, because if we don't, we can't do our running game. That's enough, Jesus.
No, I just can't get myself to take out Murphy.
Of course not. Dale Murphy would lead the league in most of the important slugging categories. In his own quiet way, he would finally reach the potential everyone had predicted for 7 seasons, but not without prodding. Joe Torre knew that if this team was to accomplish its miracle, it would have to be led by Murphy. And so, Torre's managing seemed to focus almost relentlessly, but gently, on his giant outfielder.
Murph, I want you to come to my room tonight after the game. I want you to come to my room tonight after the game and put you on the water wheel.
Rack.
And just go.
1-1 pitch. Changeup, grounded to third. Save. The sacks for 1, the relay.
Murph, you know, he just gives those times at bat up. You know, he gives them away. Gives the times at bat away.
And you don't see that very often. Dale Murphy has hit into 2 double plays so far in this contest. A 5-4-3 DP right there for the Dodgers. Their 91st double play.
There's no way that guy should get him out. You know, without a battle.
That easy.
With a battle.
1-1 pitch. Slow curveball tapped right back to Valenzuela. On to first base, and we have 1 down. 11 in a row now.
Looking for something that swung at something else. I'd like to take his head and put it between 2 cymbals. Just go like that. Come on, Murph.
Foul, back out of play.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Mom. Come on, Murph. Nothing to wait on, Murph. This is the one we're just going to have to bite at.
Pitch to Murph. Hit foul, straight underneath it.
Stay in there. Come on. Stay in there. Come on, let's go, Dale.
Now the 2-2. Got him on a curve. Murphy down on strike.
If he takes bad batting practice, he has a bad game. You got to get on with a whip in batting practice. Come on, Murph. Hey, watch the ball now. Hey, Sonny, watch the ball, Murph. Oh, he's swinging where he saw it last.
Dugout with a 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swung on and missed. He struck him out.
Your bat is going underneath the ball.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Your bat's going underneath. Even though you're not coming out as bad, you're still you're doing right there. You know what I mean? Instead of getting mad and saying jam me and fighting that ball off. Keep that front shoulder pointing at the pitcher.
But of course, there must be a soft spot somewhere for a man with this kind of ability.
Home run. Took his hat off. Pitcher took his hat off. Come on, Murph.
Drill to deep right field. If it's fair, it might be out of here. Home run.
Murphy. They should get that ball for him, too. That's the most he's ever hit in a year. 34 homers.
Well hit to left. That ball is good, and it's out of here. Teepee time. The pitch to Murph. Swung on, drill. Deep center field. Davis way back. Out of here. The left-hander's 1-1 pitch to Murphy. Fly ball, deep right field. Vukovic going back, looking up. This one is out of here. Fly ball right. Clark back. Still going back. This ball is out of here. One strike pitch. Fly ball right field. It's deep. Looking up is Durham, and this ball is out of here. We get a tie game.
Home runs are not the only way Dale Murphy can make his manager smile.
Here's the stretch by Steve Howe. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive. Right center field. Base hit. Washington around third. He is going to score, and the Braves are back in first place.
Nice going. Nice going. Oh, boy, Ralphie. Nice going, baby.
Dale Murphy would provide some big numbers. Not only would he become the team's most valuable player, but also he'd be named MVP in the National League. And also big numbers would be posted by Joe Torre's pitching staff. There'd be no set rotation. A violent negative in a sea of positives. Pitching would be a problem all season long.
And the 2-1 Rick Mailer pitch. Curve high. He's been consistently high. 3-1 the count.
3-1. 2-0. 3-1. Who'd go on out there and talk to him, Liam? Get him mad or something. And the strange part about it, Ted, is when they do pitch the way we teach them, they're successful.
Well, why? Then it's listen, it's not, it's like if your children don't do what you told them to do.
We can only put them between the lines. We can't go out there and stand behind them.
Yeah, you can go out there once an inning.
And we do.
It always looks like you go out there when they're in trouble. Because that's the only time you need to go out there. They're doing all right. But you tell them, if you see them they get out of an inning every now and then doing it when they come back into the dugout between innings. You tell them, throw it across, throw strikes.
Talk to them in between innings, every inning, down in the dugout, down in the runway, everything you can imagine. And they go, mm-hmm. And they go back out there and they do it their way. And I don't know how you overcome that. All you can do is tell them.
I know you're all right, but you're throwing, not worth throwing, worth you're standing out here guiding the ball, you're getting under the ball to Thomas, and you're just hoping, wishing it across the plate. Instead of getting through this game the same way you got into the 8th inning. Throw the... Come on.
Some of them, they have their doubts whether I'm right or not, and they keep getting their butt knocked off, and I tell them that's not what you do, and then they call it second guessing.
That ball is touched off into left center. Does it get out? Yes, sir. A 2-run homer for Rupert Jones. After 2 little ground balls just barely went foul, he hit one out in the opposite direction.
Hey, you second guess yourself. You second guess yourself on the knuckleball you threw Rupert. You shouldn't do that. Anytime you throw a knuckleball, it's fucking hard.
Not that I throw it, just the way I threw the guy. Instead of really busting it 2 of them in a row, I just tried to get over the plate, took a little bit off.
That's buy-in now. Yeah, you can't let that haunt you now. Okay? Just throw the...
Mailer 16-13 in the major leagues. Against the Cardinals 1-1. Beat him back on May 16th. High chopper could be trouble. Ramirez. Safe.
Threw 3 pitches in a row up. 4 pitches, really. They went first and 2 or 3 pitches in a row.
Nobody out, runner first.
Another one.
304. Leads the league in stolen bases, drives it foul, down past first.
Got to get the ball down.
Hey, Bruce!
Runner going. Driven a right. Base hit. It'll be first and third.
He hasn't thrown a ball below the belt yet.
Yes, they're down in the league in home runs. They depend on singles and doubles. This guy can hit a ball out of the ballpark. He did Sunday.
Go ahead, Hoop. Get the f***ing ball down. Damn it.
Here comes Bob Gibson out. He wants to talk it over. They're saying hoot, hoot for Bob Gibson. Gets a big hand here. Hall of Famer who pitched his entire career in front of these fans. Listen to the hand for Bob Gibson. Fernandez at 279.
Why don't you start Daly?
There are your runners. Her at third and Smith at first. He's hit center. Throw is late to third, or is it? Yes, it is.
Get him ready in a hurry.
There's Ken Daly and Joe Pignatano alongside. Pomeroba's warming him up. Pignatano is one of the hard-working coaches in this business.
He is ready. I'm going to get him if he puts him on. All right.
Ball 4. Well, just like that, Rick Mailer pitches himself right out of this ball game because here comes Joe Torre. The second visit, that's an automatic. See you later. It's unfortunate for Rick, too, because he's got a 5-0 lead going in, and every pitcher, when he's given that lead, wants to take advantage of it. But Mailer faced 4 batters and retired no one. 3 straight hits and a walk, and Ken Daly's on his way in.
Daly.
All right.
Down at all.
That was high, wasn't it?
Everything.
For the Braves, Ken Daly.
Nobody out, Kenny. You get the ball back to you and Bruce now. Okay?
Right.
Nobody out. Okay?
Right.
Good shot. Go.
Daly ready. And pitching.
Up the ladder. That's the way. Same thing.
Coming. Driven to left field. Way back toward that wall. Out of here, home run. Grand slam. Willie McGee.
In a chalked rectangle, 10 feet off the third base line, stands the coach. There is a hidden line of communication between him and the manager. Hand signals from the manager to the coach to the player. And even that sometimes isn't enough.
Come on, Rufy, get a good jump here. He did, too. He did. Safe.
All right, go ahead and hit. Oh, gave him the take. Wrong finger.
Signals or signs are nothing more than small talk without the sound. Small talk is something you'll hear a lot of in the dugout or on the field. Anything to pass the time.
Detroit was winning 4-1. It's down to 3-2 now. Come on, Rubber Dub Hub. Got a base open.
Petticoat Junction.
Don't you talk Spanish? You talk baseball? One guy, come here. One guy. See that little blonde-haired guy who works with TBS? Glasses, comes in the clubhouse. You've seen him in the clubhouse. It's a kleptomaniac.
And now the end is near, and so I face this final curtain.
You know, a blonde-head kid. I have a feeling we've done this before. There I told, buddy. Bates. That's it. You know that blonde-haired guy that comes around the dugout? I mean, the clubhouse, the glasses, the TBS. watch him as a kleptomaniac.
I've been talking. Kenny was standing over here and looking at me. I said, Kenny never tell you about these 3 nymphomaniacs got caught in a barn? And he's sitting there like this, and he goes, go on, go on. Bow-legged, man. If he straighten his legs up, he might be 6'5".
Get right in line.
Cut your toes off, your shoes will be a lot smaller.
They must think that it's a football game on tonight.
Bless you.
All right.
It's all right. No, you're fine. That's fine. I'm looking at you, not the camera. Wow. Hey, good looking.
That's all, folks.
The sure cure for passing time during a baseball game are the mascots. In Philadelphia, something called the Fanatic. That's P-H-A-N-A-T-I-C. In Montreal, it's Yuppie. And in San Diego, it's the Chicken. The Chicken not only keeps the crowd in stitches, but has strange allegiances as well.
Let me tell you, you know my heart is in San Diego, but oh, I'm pulling for them Braves. Do it, Braves, do it. Woo! Don't like the Dodgers down here, you know what I mean? But we love them Braves.
The road
to get to the World Series in Atlanta. Woo! Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, but we called time back in.
He called out. He called timeout on the pitch.
No, he called timeout.
Ask him. No, he called timeout, Paul, really.
I'll ask him. What do you want me to ask him, Tommy? Did he call timeout? I think he put time back in.
He asked for time, and I acknowledged it when the guy was coming through, so I got to go.
That's right. You're right. But if they'd hit a home run, it wouldn't have counted either. You're right, Tom.
How about the life of the umpires? Their work takes them from one coast to another for 6 months. stopping only long enough to have their heritage challenged by strangers.
Boy, this guy over here is a pain in the neck. He's been on my frame for 6 innings. Look at him. Is he the biggest mouth you've ever seen? Look at that. Big mouth. He's got a headache over there. You're embarrassing your date. Guys like him just make me laugh all night long. You know, it's just really rabid.
It's a different type of life. As far as it being a terrible life, it's not. I mean, I love it. I've got a lot of nice friends. I eat in the best hotels. Good restaurants, stay good places, meet good people. I like it. If I didn't like it, believe me, I wouldn't be doing it.
I enjoy umpiring. Probably the most difficult part of umpiring to me is being away from my family during the summer. I'm very fortunate to have a swell gal for a wife and 2 great kids, and I miss them terribly.
Harry Wendelstedt occasionally is able to soothe that need. When he's in Atlanta, he brings his family in from Florida for a few days. But what about the other umpires? Well, their home away from home families become the next closest person.
Carter's telling us something about something bouncing over something down there. What's different?
See where the guy's walking down the kid?
Yeah.
The bouncing ball bounces over where he's at, over the stands. We kill it, 2 bases.
Bounces over the stands, over the people's head, and on into the bullpen area.
Dead ball.
They're kind of dead since there's people sitting there, right?
Because they might touch it.
Yeah.
Put more pressure on us to see if anybody touches it or not.
All right, I got
so
it.
if it bounces over the stands, we kill it. But a fly ball, you can go back and catch it. All right?
That's fair. I'm not sure I like it, but it's all right.
Oh, we got a spot on that one. I'll take it back. You saw it?
That spot's not worse than that one right there.
No, that's just a little bit of dirt. Listen, you can't become a baseball analyzer. I mean, it takes years of experience. One's dirt and one's a cut.
Tell Royster to get back in the dugout. Tell Royster to get back in the dugout. It's going to cost him 100.
How you feeling today?
I always feel good.
Huh?
I always feel good.
You always feel good?
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Billy.
Hi, Billy. How you doing? Great.
You're doing just fine, huh?
You'll never get me a hug.
That's right.
Changed from yesterday? Huh? Any rules changed from yesterday? No.
That's it, huh?
We can make a few, though.
Good luck to you both. Come out swinging.
Sit down and shut up. You're giving everybody a headache. Drink your beer.
Sometimes, however, they just as soon not have to talk with anybody.
Now the check of the runners and the 0-1 pitch. There's a good bunt out in front of the plate. Socia going to third. Throw it away. Here comes Cambliss. Racing toward third is Horner. He's going to be waved. Some fans have now fallen on top of that ball. Some fans were leaning over the railing. The railing gave way, and the fans fell on top of that ball. And now it remains to be seen what will happen to the runner, Bob Horner. Will he be allowed to score, or will he be sent back to third? Third base umpire Paul Runge coming over, talking it over with plate umpire Bob Engel and second base umpire Terry Tata. Socia tried to pick up that ball and throw to third in one motion, threw it away, and when it got down toward that Dodger bullpen, some fans leaning over the railing had that railing cave in on them, and they fell right on top of the ball.
Well, you'll see the throw first, and many times we say the fans are your 10th player, but in this particular case, the fans weren't, because if the ball was let alone, the Braves would have been in good shape. But they touched it down there, that automatic, it was touched before the fence broke. And this is going to cost the Braves probably at least 90 feet. They're talking it over right now. Fan interference, and they might not let Horner score.
And this is really an unusual thing to have happen in this particular game, because we've got a Toyota call-in question going on right now about should the umpires have instant replay available. And I'm sure in a play like that they wish they did, because they're not sure exactly where the runner was when the fans interfered. And actually the fans interfering all came about because of that caving in of the rail out there. The ball had already bounced away. They were actually more interfering with the left fielder, Dusty Baker, than they were with anything else. And they're going to bring Bob Hohner back to third.
What? Dusty was right in here. I mean, Hohner was running right in here. Hohner was around over here. Yeah, what? Go ahead. Hohner was right here. Where was Dusty? Dusty's over there getting ready to fall. For the cam now, isn't it? He's scoring them any way, whether it's there or not. Oh, that's... Ball stops over there now. Yeah, go ahead. Dusty wasn't right. Yeah, hey. You don't think he's going to go home? You don't think he's going to go home on that? Guys, help me with one thing. Go ahead. Ball stops with a fan. We don't get any cam or anything. What kind of cam fences are broke anyway? The ball... On the throw, it's not a hit ball, Bob. If he was near third, I'd say yeah. He was right here. Center arm is going like that anyway. It wasn't even hit third. What? Oh, it's not. That's just what the... You son of a... You're the same way. You just bounced out of it. I'm not anywhere. That's the worst display of sitting around and talking and coming up with another wrong answer. That's the one we're going to go with. Well, now, you want to play with it? You don't want to go in the that's your way out. Go ahead. That's horse.
And if the umpires wanted the manager or anything else to disappear, they might turn to fellow umpire Ed Montague.
One final trick. I want you to tell me when to stop. Stop. All right, look at your card. Don't tell me what it is. Show it to the camera. Take it out. Show it. Okay. Now you put it back in the deck and shuffle it up. Or just keep the whole deck. What I want you to do is I want you to write your card on that piece of paper and fold up the paper. Okay? What I need is a lighter now. Where's that lighter? Now you can't find the lighter. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to set this paper on fire and I'm going to show you what you might call black magic. It's called setting the umpire's dressing room on fire.
Or setting your asthmatic off.
Just about dwindles down. You haven't forgotten your card yet. Watch what happens when I take these ashes and crumble them up into my hand. Watch this close as we rub them on my arm and find out that the card you picked was a 7 of diamonds. I don't know how that got. 7 of diamonds? That's what that was very good.
Friends, when you stop to think about it, a ball player spends over half a year eating, sleeping, being in the ballpark at work, and traveling. And of them all, traveling is the tough part. I know when I came up to the big leagues, all travel was by train. And sitting here in this railroad station, I think about the fact that I used to travel by private Pullmans, special diners, sometimes even special trains, and it was pretty wonderful. Today, all travel with baseball spread from coast to coast is of necessity through the air. And you don't see much of the country because you'll be flying in the small hours of the morning after playing a night game. Traveling can be an introduction to new worlds. These two rookies, Ken Smith and Larry Wissington, have never been to Montreal before. They will explore a dozen more new worlds before this season is finished. 50,000 air miles from one coast to the other, a dozen cultures in between. When they get to San Diego, the Padres can wait. But just 30 miles south is another new world, Tijuana. Baseball might as well be 1,000 miles away. For an afternoon, Bob Walk, Tommy Boggs, Rick Kemp, and John Holland star in their own 8mm film. At times, the wives travel with their husbands.
me the key. Move around.
We could have had it, but it wouldn't be cleaned up at all. I said, no. New room, thank you.
Maybe 1 or 2 trips a year. Most times, though, they remain at home. On this particular team, however, 8 wives spent at least half the season at home carrying the team's future. This baby shower was for Cheryl Mailer and Jill Daly. The player's life is a very private life, complicated by the fact that they've become public figures. Thus, they seek refuge in any number of ways. And when they gather together to honor each other, though mostly in jest, they rent a banquet room in a hotel on the road, and only their own are admitted.
So we want to honor our coaches, not in any particular order. Coach Joe Pignatano. Piggy. Out of it. All right, all right. Thanks, pal. You're welcome. Coach Bob Gibson. Way to go, Gibby. All right.
Say a few 4-letter words.
That's the way I did it.
This one's got a glare on it. This one's got a, Rube Walker. Anyway. Coach Sonny Jackson. There you go. Okay, we're going to hold on to Maxie's, and but I wanted to really honor Maxie for putting up with us for missing. I've never seen a team miss so many signs in all my life. We should have gave out a trophy for as the guy that missed the most signs, but we would have had to give out about 12 of those. This year's winner for the Gopher Ball Award is our judge, Phil Negro.
Thank you, Jerry. It was just a couple guys that's responsible for this, and that's
definitely Bruce Benedict for putting the wrong signs down. I think you can understand that in Pocorobo when he's in there. But there's two guys. I've been playing baseball for 24 years. I've never had the honor to receive this before, but there's two guys made it possible for me to accept this award this year, and that's Bob Gibson and Rube Walker. And I thank you very much.
Oh, this is the Guillotine Award, and a lot of you guys deserve it too, including myself. But we've got some guys. Randy Johnson, please stand up. I'll tell you, you got gilled. You didn't win this award, so you're getting gilled again. But anybody that gets sit down right at deadline, I'll tell you, that's severe gill. As you see, the guy's head is chopped off, but it's laying right over here. The guillotine struck head. It's laying off to the side. But this year's winner goes to a guy that was sent up and down 3 times. Not you, Brett. You're getting gilled again. You ain't getting this neither. Kenny Smith. Kenny, we were going to put a yo-yo on here since you were up and down so much, but we decided to just chop off your head and give you the gill. Gill you one more time. All right. Well deserved. Attaboy, Sway. Yeah. The last trophy that we have here is for the most valuable player. And the nominations for this and the voting, like I said, once again, was really good, and it was close, especially on this one. Nominated was...
Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson.
But Phil Negro was first runner-up on this balloting, and Glenn Hubbard also received votes along with Gene Garber. I didn't get any. Matter of fact, I didn't get much anything. But this year's winner, most valuable player, Dale Murphy. Thank you. Way to go, man. Speech. We want Murph.
Thanks. I didn't know you even gave this award out, but I appreciate it. I don't feel that way by any means. The most valuable player. I just don't feel that at all. But I appreciate it, and I think we got 25 most valuable players. Thanks, Jerry.
Every single one of these players dreams of ending up here. I was fortunate enough to make it with a microphone. The greatest Brave of them all made it with his bat.
They called him the Hammer. His 715th home run, which broke Babe Ruth's record, was voted by the media and baseball officials as the greatest moment in the history of baseball. Still reading the official language, listen to these records. Also set records for games played, 3,298, at-bats, 12,364, long hits, 1,477, total bases, 6,856, runs batted in, 2,297. Top that. There's only one of these, Henry Aaron. I'll hold on this for you. Okay. And take your time and do whatever you want to do. It's your show.
Okay. It won't be long.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Kuhn. I feel a great sense of humility, gratitude, and appreciation for this day and for what it means to me and my family. I'm extremely proud to be joining a group of men who performed on the baseball field, epitomize the highest and the best in professional athletics. I'm pleased to be joining them in the company of Travis Jackson, Happy Chandler, and Frank Robertson, some of baseball's greats. I want to thank also would like to thank Mr. John Mullen, who was introduced earlier, Mr. Bill Bartholomew, and also my boss, Mr. Ted Turner from the Atlanta Braves. Thank you for coming. All of you have touched my life in a very positive way. I am so very grateful to you and so pleased that you could share this evening with me. Thank you very much. This is it. You can't go or you can't receive any higher honor than this. No matter whether you hit 800 home runs or hit 400 batting average, you know, this is the goal and this is the ultimate building where everybody wants to see their face enshrined in this building.
In Cooperstown, a plaque. Back home in Atlanta, a statue, appropriately larger than life. Who watches over this team we're following? That simple child's game we've talked about so often has become a complicated, very orchestrated symphony composed by hundreds. Come inside with us and meet the other team at the ballpark.
That's all right. Videotape you guys shooting my broken back.
Television, come. Yeah, what a man. Hit it. De pronto. Henry, do you have any flyers? Five seconds, stand by.
Take rate one, give me the pitcher, stand by one. Just keep chipping away, trying to get something going. Take one, stand by replay. On A. Here's a look at it, go to A. And freeze, come on out to two.
Number 20, catcher Bruce Benedict.
Lionel Hausman, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, which was earned, 2 walks, 1 intentional.
The one man most responsible for this baseball team is the traveling secretary.
Thanks. Autograph.
He is the man who gets you there and back.
I got my porch parked outside with my bags all packed, and I didn't know whether I was supposed to bring the car in and park it here tonight or what. No, I'm just going to leave my Porsche here, so when I get back off the road trip, it'll be here. Chris is bringing down the Cadillac. She's only going to New York, so she'll need the car when she flies back to here.
Bill Acree is in charge of the team, pure and simple. Baggage. Airline tickets.
We're down to 59 total seats, okay? 12 airfares.
Boarding passes. itineraries, buses, room keys, and perhaps the nastiest job of them all, optioning players from the majors to the minors.
That's it, they're gone.
This summer, he'll get used to it. There'll be 48 roster changes before it's all over.
We need to cancel Porter, add Tommy Boggs. Also, Callie was going to be with Randy Johnson. Cancel Callie. And
Whether they are sent to the minors or simply set free, the emotions of the expendable player remain the same. Some merely express them more eloquently than others. His name is Al Raboski. On the pitching mound, he is a seething, angry young man. But without a mound, well...
You come into this game, you know one thing is inevitable. Your playing career is going to end. Everybody thinks they can play longer than they physically can. I don't know if I've come to that point. Now I'll have to sit back and maybe, you know, and say next week at this time, if no other clubs want my services, or say if I can't get a job next spring, if I choose to do so, then I probably would have to deal with that rejection. Ted gave me an opportunity to come here, and under the free agent rules and things like that, he made me an awful nice lifetime contract. And so naturally I wanted to reciprocate, and I wanted to be the best pitcher I could possibly be. And, I failed him, but I failed myself first. I think the biggest thing that any successful person has to be is you have to be your own biggest critic. And I realized that, I'm the one that failed. It wasn't the fact that Joe didn't pitch me enough or this or that, because the times when he did pitch me, if I would have done the job, I would have been back out there more frequently. Talking with Rube last night, Rube Walker, Rube, just said flat out, he says, I don't think you can pitch anymore, and why embarrass yourself? And I respected that very much. I really wanted to hear that. I needed to hear that, instead of, just trying to garble it away or something like that. And I just told, he said, why don't you go into something else, do something else? You don't have to worry financially. And I said, I still think I can pitch. He said, I'll call anybody in baseball. And I said, well, I appreciate that, but if you call anybody, you tell them honestly that you feel I can't pitch. He said, well, I'd have to do that. And I said, well, that's the only way I'd want it to be.
Even through rejection, Al Raboski's heart remained with the Atlanta Braves. And nothing was more important to him than seeing them win.
They deserve it. I've had my time in the sun, the glory, or whatever you want to say. And I think the biggest mistake that I could make right now is to start putting negative things in my mind, or put thoughts such as that, what if? Hey, I want them to win, and I want them to enjoy that, and maybe, hopefully, they'll remember, that I was part of the team.
The last time the Braves left Candlestick Park in San Francisco, they left first place behind. Now they return. It is the season's final week, seeking to regain what they feel is rightfully theirs.
Uh-oh, there's a bad throw. 2-run, 6 score. Washington races for third, and he'll make it. What a break. Lined into right center field. Davis on the run. He'll never get there. One is home. Ramirez rounds third. He's racing for the plate. There'll be no throw. It is 7-0 Atlanta.
With an eye always on the out-of-town scoreboard, the Braves would depend on the right arm of Phil Niekro.
No ball, no contact. Strikeout number 3 for Phil Niekro, and a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th for San Francisco.
Final, Cincinnati beat them. Cincinnati beat the Dodgers 6-1. The Braves, if they can hold on, are tied for first, and they need 1 out, and Evans takes low. The windup in the 2-1. Bouncer second. The Braves are tied for first.
There you go, Nat.
They gave us a few runs there in the first few innings. I think that had a lot to do with it. I think maybe at a certain point it kind of got me going a little bit, and then it brought the Dodgers score across the scoreboard, and of course they were losing there. And, I think the momentum was definitely in the dugout. It was with the ball players, and I think you could definitely feel that we had the momentum going in.
The momentum would carry into the next night.
Now a 2-2. Line to right base hit. Murphy just protected the plate. He didn't have that big swing. He reached out and slapped it in the right field. It's 1-0 Atlanta. The pitch. Harper lines it over third. Is it fair or foul? It is fair. Right on the line. 1 in, 2 in. Here comes Murphy. And 3 runs are going to score. 3-1. Well hit. Base hit. Harper's going to score. Royster at first will hold on there.
The bullpen and the defense had carried them this far and a bit further.
Runner going, broken bat, tap up the middle. Did he tag him? I think so. Throw to first. He is out. They got the double play and have 180 on the year, and what a play by Ramirez.
For the second straight night, Joe Torre and his Braves would gather their smiles from near and far.
Take a look at the bottom 2 lines. The Dodgers had the bases loaded in the 10th inning with nobody out and failed to score in their 4-3 loss to the Reds. Now the 1-1 on the way from Perez. Fly ball left field toward the line. Harper makes the running catch, and the Braves are back in first.
Most winning clubs are loose, and this team has been loose all year long, despite what the press has really tried to lay on us. We're a very happy group. Guys are loose. They have a lot of fun, and that's really how you win, is to have fun in baseball. You can't be tight and play this game.
Los Angeles. The Braves come in winning 4 of their last 5. The Dodgers had lost 7 straight. Still, the usual Dodger Stadium sellout. Everybody knew the importance of this one.
I think this is probably the most important game we're going to have in 1982.
It was a big game, I think. Definitely so far the biggest game this year.
If we win tonight, it puts the Dodgers in a real bad light because we have beat their best.
But the best on this night would be the Braves' rookie left fielder, Terry Harper.
Well hit left field. Back goes Baker. An 0-2 pitch, and Harper's tied the game with his first home run of the year. Welcome west, Terrence.
Now an 0-2. Loop towards center field. Will it be in? It's going to be in for a base hit. The Braves are going to lead here.
Braves aren't won in August. They're won in September, and that's where we are now, and we're winning, and everybody else has got to catch us.
We're 2 games up with 4 to go. Can't stand anymore now. We're in a good position. It's in our hands now. Can't go out tomorrow, beat them tomorrow. It's our division.
Just can't wait until we're up 3 with 2 to play. Then I'll say, okay. Right now, I'll be happy to lose Sunday's game as the only other loss we'll have this year.
The next night, the Braves came out to take another early lead.
Braves 2 games up. Well hit. Past third. Rappy's at second. We'll watch him. He's at third. They're going to wave it. Here he comes. The throw will be late, and Murphy's got a double and an RBI. And the Braves are on the board.
But the Dodger fans would finally have something to dance about. But this would be their last hurrah.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Line drive, left field, base hit. Sack scores. Landro around third. He'll score as Harper overruns the ball in left. Dusty Baker winds up at second. It's 8-3. The pitch to Washington, hit toward third, caught in the air by Say, and the ball game's over. Our final score, Dodgers 10, Braves 3.
San Diego. The Braves' lead is a single game with 3 remaining. Again, their elder statesman gets the call. You think Phil Niekro didn't want this one? Why, he even turned slugger for a night.
The 1-0 pitch, fly ball, deep left field. Back goes Richards. This one is out of here. Phil Niekro has hit the first home run in 6 years, and the Braves have taken a 3-0 lead. Like Phil Niekro that have been around the major leagues and won a lot of games for a lot of years. They can really smell that victory when they get to this point in the ball game. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fly ball, well hit, right center field. Washington makes the running catch. The ball game's over, and Phil Niekro has recorded his 2nd consecutive shutout, and his own home run was the big blow in this game.
I've been waiting for this day and the weeks ahead for a long time, and I was definitely going to try and take advantage of it if I could, and I got a pitch to hit. I don't even know what it was. I was just up there whacking at it as hard as I could just in case I hit it, and I hit on a good part of the bat, and it carried the seats.
The thing to keep in mind now is we got 2 more ball games to play, and we still need some help to win the championship tomorrow night, and it's something that we need to think about. And you'll find in these type of situations, I think, championship seasons, you get these types of performances from people like Phil Niekro.
Another veteran would supply the winning punch the following night.
Now the 1-2 delivery. Fly ball, deep right field. Tony Gwynn going back on the warning track. This one is out of here. A long home run for Chris Chambliss. And Chris set a goal for himself at the beginning of this season. He said he's never hit 20 home runs in 1 year in his entire career. And he would like to accomplish that this season. He just has. His 20th home run, his 86th RBI, and it's now 3-0 Atlanta. Garber with his first pitch. Let up to second. Hubbard. Braves win. And here come the Braves. Braves win. And here come the Braves. They've got themselves right now a tie for the pennant.
It has come down to this. A 1-game lead. 1 to play. It has been a week of musts. A week of pressure.
brace yourself. Pressure. You're just like everybody else. Pressure. You've only had to run so far, so good. But you will come to a place where the only thing you feel are loaded guns in your face, and you'll have to deal with pressure. Don't ask for help, you're all alone. Pressure. You'll have to answer to your own. Pressure. I'm sure you'll have some cosmic rationale. But here you are in the ninth, 2 men out and 3 men on nowhere to look but inside, where we all respond to pressure.
Drive to right field. Back goes Monday. It's gone.
Joe Morgan has just hit a 3-run homer for the San Francisco Giants. They lead the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-2. Still batting in the bottom half of the 7th. The Braves perhaps just 1 out away from losing this ball game. But don't give up yet, because the Giants have taken a 3-run lead over the Dodgers. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped him up. Foul territory. Catcher Terry Kennedy will make the catch, and the San Diego Padres have beaten the Atlanta Braves.
A 5-1 loss to the Padres would keep the champagne on ice for now. This team would have to wait to learn its fate. It would rest in the hands and bats of the Dodgers and Giants, still playing some 500 miles up the same Pacific coastline. If the Dodgers lose, the division championship would belong to Atlanta. The Braves gather 6 months after it all began to watch and wait. Here's Dodger announcer Vin Scully to tell you about it.
The 9th inning at Candlestick Park, 3 outs away between the end of the regular season or a date Monday with Atlanta. And the Dodgers find themselves down by 2. Ron Cey hit a 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. It was his 6th home run of the year against the Giants. He struck out in the 4th, and he singled to right in the 7th. Now just trying to get aboard any way he can and keep it alive. Ground ball back to third. What a stop by Evans. His throw got him. Oh, what a clutch play by Darrell Evans. Marvelous play. Evans taking a short double away from Ron Cey. And the Dodgers expending one of the 3 precious outs. And the batter is Ron Renicky, hitting for Bill Russell, for Steve Yeager. And the chant again. You can probably hear it in Los Angeles without a sound system. Beat LA, beat LA. They're going to live on that all winter up here. Renicky hitting .307 as a left-handed batter. And he was the most productive Dodger pinch hitter with 13 hits and 5 RBIs. Foul back. And each strike now will elicit a louder noise from the crowd. 1-2. On the corner. I'll say one thing, it would have been a lot less painful had Atlanta just won in San Diego. Now, of course, this crowd on its feet, enjoying the writhing last moments of a Dodger ball club one step from the end of the year. Russell with Guerrero on deck. Right. Boy, you'd think the Giants were heading to the playoff, wouldn't you? Ground ball to Evans. Goodbye, 82.
It's a wonderful feeling, of course. I mean, I don't think I ever felt better in my life. I'm just proud of everybody, you know. That champagne's cold, too, I can tell you that.
It's no time for the weak. It's no time for anybody with ulcer or bad nerves. I just wait till the last game, last out. Pour it on the big game.
I feel super. This is great. This is what it's all about. It's the reason that you play the whole season. It's for the playoffs. And, you know, we're just going to go into it the best we can.
I'd like to say, you know, I want to be in this World Series and, you know, win the, you know, the World Series. All right.
No, I'm just elated over the whole situation. Sweet stuff. You know, everybody counted us out early in the season, you know. They lost 19 out of 21, and they said Braves couldn't do it. And we just displayed the character that we have on this ball club, and we bounced back from adversity time and time again. Today we needed a little help from San Francisco, and we got it. And I thank Joe Morgan and I'm going to send him a telegram for that 3-run homer here today.
Get you, Gino.
I was listening on radio.
No, I said, Gino, get up and throw. When they started the ninth inning, I wanted Garber up in case Minton got in trouble.
Anything you would like to say to Joe Morgan right now, Joe?
I love you, Joe. I love you, Frank, for resting Joe yesterday. It was super. And Greg Minton, just keep the ball down until you face us next year. I thought it was great.
Joe, a lot of guys have faced adversity this year. Joe, a lot of guys face adversity, including yourself, from the bench. We said Joe Torre never had a winning season. Anything you like to say to that?
Well, tomorrow's my first anniversary of getting fired, so I'm going to celebrate. That's for sure. It's I've never had a greater moment in my life, and hopefully it'll only become greater when we win the playoffs and the World Series.
Joe, you had such an intense face in there watching the Dodger journey. Can you share some of your feelings?
Oh, that's cold. Oh, my God. Yeah. Woo! All right. Woo! My feelings. I'll tell you, I had the same feelings. I felt I was managing the ball club. Not that I had anything to do with it. I just felt I was managing. My stomach would hurt. Unless we got the out, I didn't care. Even if they got strike one, I wanted strike three. When we got 2 out, nobody on, I said, I hope somebody can get Bill Russell out, because we can't get Bill Russell out. And to see that ball hit to Evans, and then Evans make the throw across, I never did see Bergman catch the ball because everybody was jumping up and down. And then I was just looking for people to hug, and Piggy found me and about took my neck off.
I'd like to toast the 1982 National West Champion Atlanta Braves, Coach of everybody else, and also the San Francisco Giants.
It's a Long Way to October has been brought to you by Cable News Network, America's most important network, and by CNN Headline News, America's headline service. Now you have a choice in 24-hour television news from Turner Broadcasting System. If you don't have CNN and CNN Headline News, contact your cable operator today.